Hi, I'm Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters, Juicy Jones HQ. I hope you're having a great day. Today, I'm about 12 hours late. This should be Vape AM, and we should be doing it in the morning, but we're doing it in the evening instead. For you guys on the replay, it won't matter. Today, we're taking a look at the Envii Artisan RTA, which is pretty cool. It's supposed to be the greatest thing for flavor ever. Has a couple of cool innovations, like a gauge for cutting your wire, and a cool deck, a really cool deck, so check it out. It's the Vaping Artisan RTA from Envii Unboxing, and we're gonna build on here. Yeah. Boom! Who has the best intro in the world? Also, follow me on Instagram at Juicy Jones HQ. There's the thing right there. I hope you're having a great day. It's a little late here. I ended up doing this in the evening instead of the morning, but that's only because we had just a heck of a time getting our stuff together this morning, and I had to get to work. Sorry, I have to adjust the mic a little. You guys know how it is. So I want to say hello to everybody in the audience right there. You guys are great. Also, I have a few little cool things for today. Like I've got obviously a new layout here, and I'm trying a few more things. Like I've got my little desk cam here that we always have the picture-in-picture desk cam, but I'm using a new system, and I should be able to take calls on this later on right there using the Zoom thing. If you want to call in to Vape AM, then get the Zoom app. It's zoom.us, register, and it's a free with email registration. I don't have anything to do with them. It's basically like a controllable version of Skype that I use for live streaming. A lot of us use it. Get that app. It works on everything under the sun. Register and add me. My username is Juicy Jones, and then we can talk, and you can come on the show maybe for a quick call. Anyway, so a few new things, but also I have a chat thing too. Boom, look at that. And I made this so you should almost be able to actually read this if you're looking at it on your phone. And if you know that if you're mobile and you're watching this live, all you have to do is tap on that little thing on the top there, or tap on the screen to get the display up, and then tap on that little thing on the top, at least on Android, and it will start scrolling the text, and you can scroll back and read, and then give it a second, it'll go away, or tap it again, it'll go away. So I want to say hello to everybody there. Leighton's there, Cliff, A Person, Double D, CD Wester, DC Reviews, Double D, Shane Smith, everybody. You guys are all great. I look cleaned up and sexy tonight. That's funny. Yeah, this is cool. This has a cool deck. I want to thank Heaven Gifts for sending this thing, by the way, because I was extremely interested in this thing, but I simply didn't get it. It came out around November, and then you could buy these you could buy these by the time January and February came up. So these are just a few months old. They're pretty new, and it's going to be pretty good. I'll turn the chat off for just a minute. Also, I want to remind you guys that this channel. Hold on, let me get a cool title up. Yeah, there we go. That this YouTube channel is all done just by me. So if you want to support the channel, then click on some of the links that are in some of the videos or whatever. You can send any kind of donation you want to PayPal at juicyjones@gmail.com, and kind of like a little pledge drive. You know what? It's like this runs because of you, and I do this because of you. So anyway, having said way too much about that, I hope all of y'all are having a nice night. Everybody shout out and tell me what you're vaping on and what's going on, and then let's start opening this thing up. It sounds from the chat like people are pretty excited about having this thing coming on. Also, actually, why did I turn the chat off so quickly? I should leave it on for another minute because I just want to chat for another second. What I'm vaping on is I'm vaping on my Serpent RDTA. I'll show it to you in the little cam. Or is that worse? That's worse. What am I doing? I'm vaping on my Serpent RDTA on my Alpha Fox Ninetales mod, which I love this thing. It's a little 150 watt. It's called the 200 watt mod, but we both know it. Oh my God, Double D's just sent £5 into the super chat. Thank you so much. Look, you got a big highlight right there on the screen, and I'm so glad because it worked. So it highlighted you, and you know I love you, Ams. You're the greatest. I think you're so great. Thank you. That's going to go straight into the Sadie fund. I really appreciate that. You guys are great. And also, like I didn't say this, but you can use the super chat system. And if you use the super chat system, I get really excited and I see it on the screen. And I have a screen over there that shows me too. But anyway, without too much ado, I'm going to start the stuffing. And looks like Michael's got his hexome with a recoil and some fused clapsons. All right, that's not super readable at this very second, so I'm going to turn it off just for the unboxing part. Oh, that's so great. And Double D's, Ems is saying that her site, doubleD's.uk, is where you get the stickers for us, the Juicy Jones HQ stickers. And that'll be right back up soon here. She did some design stuff and was rearranging things and has it all back up. Also, I have a glass of water here. Oh my God, Cliff Vales too. Thank you, Cliff Vales. I can turn this on so you can be highlighted. Boom, Cliff Vales, highlighted, super chat. You're the best. I love you. Thank you so much. You guys are the greatest. I really appreciate that. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. It's actually amazing. It actually just makes me feel so humble, and I just appreciate it. And that is so great. And hey, Robert Abar, it's great to see you. This is a pretty nice little box. It's not too bad. It's like, all right. It's matte finish, two-sided. It's got a little sticker on it that seals it right here. I'm not going to get too fussy. I'm going to do it the cool way. Alrighty. That's how we do it where I'm from. Clean. Clean. It looks like a person is doing old school with iJoy Reaper on his Coolfire TC100. That's awesome. That's not bad. You know what's strange is that that's not the side that comes off, or is it? So that's so bizarre. They actually put the label to take it out on the wrong side. I think this actually opens the other way. Nope, I stand corrected. It's just stuck way the hell down inside there. Okay, first things first, what do we have? Parts is parts. The correct, oh wow, one of every O-ring? Seriously? And one of each grub screw? That's not very generous, Envii. Could probably do better than that, I think. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, thank you so much, Cliff. Cliff just said cheers to one of his favorite shows. And I really appreciate that. You guys are great. You guys are super great. All right. Hey, Julie LeBlanc. Let's see. M Designer Wismac Roo with the Jabo tank. You like it. That's good. I'm glad you like that. All right. And hey, Owen, it's great to see you. So we got the tools out. This is a piece of glass with a top on here. That's a little bit strange, but it's okay. So, big deal. I don't know what that's for yet, but I'm going to put that in here because that's what I do. The glass I'll set aside. The actual tank be right here. And it looks nice in black. I could only find it in stainless steel. Hey, Kathleen Hunter, it's great to see you. Good morning. Good evening. I don't know where you guys are. Actually, some of y'all might be extremely late. Others, maybe not so much. Let me change the focus so that that's quite a bit easier for y'all to see. Yeah. Yep, that'll be easy if I do this. There we go. So that's about where I'm holding it. Yeah, it's got a nice look to it, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, not bad. That's an RTA. So it's 22 millimeters, which I absolutely love. 22 millimeters is awesome for RTAs. And this thing is supposed to be great flavor. That looks perfectly fine on there. It'll fit on my Noisy Cricket 222 just fine as well. So far, so good. Let me just set this thing down. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but I have this vape nut stand right here. And this stand is an RDA stand that has these little cool O-rings on it, and your RDAs don't come off. And they make a huge variety of these things. And I use them all the time. I honestly couldn't live without them because I move around so many RDAs. Okay, so I'm looking. All right, there we go. So we didn't get much, did we? We got a tank, and we got this strange thing, whatever it is, and no manual. And what else? Hey, Battery Mooch, what's up, man? It's great to see you. I've been talking about you a lot lately because I'm talking all about the 2700s. By the way, I want to just take a second out here and remind you guys that I am so freaking excited because based on Mooch's recommendation, actually, and because I was so excited about seeing all these things, I went out and I bought 2700 batteries, in this case, the A batteries, which were the best ones at the time. Now there's some better ones apparently that I'm going to try to get. And I just got the confirmation in the mail from iJoy that I've got their batteries and the Captain coming. So the Captain 270, I believe they're sending the single battery tube as well, the 24 that has the 2700 in it, and I'm super excited. So anyway, I'm super excited to see you, and that just reminded me of some stuff I'm really excited about. So I'm going to switch back to the desk view, but I just got super pumped about that. So this is awesome. Yeah, I'm perfectly convinced that the 2700s are the future too, and I encourage everyone to watch the Nova documentary, Search for the Super Battery. If you don't understand batteries, you must watch that documentary. They show them failing, they make them fail, and they show exactly why and how our country and Germany just signed a deal 2 weeks ago about this. It isn't in the documentary because it's so new. Why our countries are retooling to create new batteries, 2700 batteries, and it's, there hasn't been an update to this technology really very much in 60 years. I keep reminding people that there's been tons of time for people to create shitty products and have all kinds of stuff, and these batteries were just what we had in our power tools when we started vaping. So Elon Musk has decided that the 2700 battery is a better holder for his power systems in the cars from Tesla, and they're going to be really highly available. So it's really cool, and I can't wait to see what's going on. I got these batteries from imrbatteries.com, and and yeah, Mooch has tested all of the 2700 batteries that I know of, at least 3 different kinds. The iJoy ones, the 2 kinds of these Samsung ones or Sanyo ones, and I think 1 kind of Samsung ones. Yeah, these are Sanyos. And so I can't wait to see more of those. I'm really excited. Anyway, so let me get back to my business here. I got so pumped about that. I'm so excited. I'm going to have that mod here soon, so I'll be able to do it. So I wonder what this part is. You guys have any idea? No idea. All right, let's take off the 510. And it's not coming nicely. It's not coming easily. ScrewTech isn't working. Of course, ScrewTech will work eventually. All things like that work. And let's see. There we go. ScrewTech worked on the top. That has got a gigantic O-ring. Oh my God. And it's scalloped on the inside. So they're concerned. They're trying to alleviate leaking, and it doesn't feel like this comes off, to be honest, but I may have to put some torque on it or something. But it feels like that's a big piece. That's just a piece. It's a little bit strange. Nothing wrong with it, but gosh, is that true? Yeah, and Double D says she's going to hit up her friend in Reno that works for Tesla. Yeah, Tesla, Nevada is where they built that giant factory to build 2700 batteries. They're going to flood the market here pretty soon. And caution, watch Mooch's reviews over at ECF, Electronic Cigarette Forum, and over at tasteyourjuice.com, because we are going to see a flood of these batteries, and there's going to be a flood of bad ones too. You mark my words. That always happens. Okay, look at that deck. I'm taking the glass off. This has humongous O-rings on the top and bottom. I'm trying to get that off without screwing anything up. There we go. Oh no, that took off the airflow control ring, and the deck just fell right out. Oh, it's a moonshot. You guys get it? Have you guys seen this? And then I presume that is some other kind of bottom for this. I'm having trouble getting this off of the O-ring that it came on. That's funny. How can I be having any trouble with this? It's because I don't want to break it or do anything weird. I'll put my thumbnail in here. Here we go. It's off. All right, so glass. And what is this part? This part is an extra part? No. It screws into this. So the threading is not for that. I wonder what that is. Maybe that's for the coils. Anyway, there's the deck. The thing has the coolest little deck. Oh my God, it's postless. And we go in there like a moonshot, put a single coil right over the top. And I think I understand what this is for now. It's for building. You put that little adapter in there, and it's like a guide. And that helps you build. Does it? Where's the... I have to find the... I guess you don't screw it in there all the way, but yeah, there we go. Well, no, because it goes down below the deck, so that's interesting. They didn't include any kind of instructions or anything in this, so we are just going to have to be smart motherlickers. I hope all of you guys are having a great day, but oh crap, I let it fall in there at a weird angle, and now it doesn't want to come out. Okay, there we go. It's no problem. Yeah, so I put it in there like this. Maybe it wants to go in there like that or something, or in a different fashion. Nope, that doesn't really work, but it happily and easily goes in just like that. Well, maybe it's just that simple. But to me, they should still give you some kind of... I feel like I'm not figuring something out here. So it has a moonshot style free-floating deck. And this doesn't stay in there all the time. Only part of the time. And so what do? Just pop coils in there, and then why does that thread if you can't reach this with the Allen key? Like, you can't reach that with the Allen key because it falls down inside the deck below the O-ring level. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. And so what exactly is... this makes me feel dumb. That's not good. That doesn't do anything with that or that. It's the same threading. So this clearly only goes in here. And this, maybe it goes in through the top. Nope. Roy Nicholas, it does prevent the deck from sticking. It absolutely does, or from spinning. The problem is you still don't really have much to hold on to, and I can't set this on anything. It isn't threaded, so I can't. The only thing this screws into is this thing right here. But because this thing will just fall all the way down, it falls through. It doesn't. You know, it would only work sort of upside down. Like, this is a bizarre little thing. I'm just trying to see if any of the other parts that came with it besides this fit on there. So this only threads to this device right here, and you can't really get the Allen key into there. TD Wester, yeah, there's no instruction manual here. I will go look at the website. Oh, yes, I will. Yes, I will. Because, dang. Okay, there we go. So the Envii Artisan. I'll see if their website has a manual on it. Hey, Vaping James, great to see you. Yeah, you can't tighten the Allen rings while they're down inside there. But there's clearly just something I'm missing. Something super simple. The way it worked with the Moonshot was you just stuck a safety pin or a paper clip through the base, and that definitely makes it so it doesn't turn. Oh, I understand. You stick the coils all the way through and clip them here, and so you just hold this here and then do it that way. Okay, fine. This is cool. All right. So what will go in there? I have a whole box of goodies. Look at that, guys. Some quite a bit better than others. And these are super nice custom coils. These are random 2-in-1s. I could try the fused Claptons, but they're never going to fit through these tiny holes. We don't have much space here. So I may have to wind up some Claptons out of some wire, which I have in a different box. Although I could try to put this in here just to check it out. I will give it a shot. It fits, it's going in. Okay, cool. So we're going to use this. It's a triple core fused alien. And you know what, actually? Actually, we're going to go to the Watofo variety because these are actually pretty good. If you can't afford the super expensive custom coils, these are a pretty decent substitution. And they're not super expensive for a box of... Every bag of these has... Opening it up. And I'm so bummed because the tearaway didn't work. Don't ever do this with your cotton scissors. Those are my cheap ones. So every one of these has 5 coils in it, which is convenient for us today because we're going to use one of them. And there's room enough for an extra rewrap in these things. And they're super inexpensive. So if you can't afford proper coils, these are good in the pinch. And I buy these sometimes quite a bit because of how many coils I have to go through and how I don't want to burden tons of coil builders and all that stuff. So I'm just taking this guy and loosening up these O-rings. That's what I'm doing, loosening it up. Oh, and by the way, I'm so sorry that the light on my desk is so dim because I forgot to charge my nice light. So that sucked. Okay. And yeah, I could see how you could use that thing for dry burning as well. That totally makes sense. Just stick this guy through there. That's fine. The grub screw came out. So, mental note, be careful. Grub screws come out. I really like this because all you have to do is put this in here and tighten it up, and then you get a nice even coil. So that's really kind of cool, actually. I'm going to put this back inside the little guide device because it keeps it still. And I'm sorry if I'm not in frame here. Remind me if I am, and you can bitch at me. And then I will get on it. Get on it, my pony. Okay, so I actually put that on there too early. But we're pretty straight. I'm just cranking it a tiny bit just to get it so, yeah, it'll be fine. It doesn't work very well with that. And how much space do we have in the top of our dome? We have some, quite a bit actually. I think that's going to work just fine. And I'm just going to tighten this one and then grab the other one and tighten it. And another thing I love about single coils, which you guys probably all love too, just like I do, is how you only have to manage one side of a coil. You don't have to manage 2 sides. So this is a little fussy, and this reminds me of the moonshot. I know that a lot of people who are inversely dexterity challenged are not going to dig this kind of thing. But I must say that this is not as bad as the moonshot by a million. Not by a moonshot. Oh, damn. All right. And thanks, Julie, and a bunch of people who've chimed in saying this is about that little device is for dry burning. That's so cool. You're absolutely right, I'm sure. Okay, so that's pretty good for now. Yeah, this is so like simple. All you have to do is basically stuff this thing in here, and then you clip the coils on the other side. I'm going to let out a little bit on this side because I'm afraid I might be touching, and I hate that. It's not my bag, baby. You never want to be touching anything. Just taking one little notch out. Yep, it's fine. Okay. And then hopefully you've done better than I have and you found your tools. Yeah, here we go. That is super easy down there. Yep, that is extra simple to do that. And now we're going to do a dry burn test. Yeah, this is getting simpler and simpler. Thanks for helping me feel smart, y'all. I am not inversely dexterity challenged. I'm highly dexterity gifted. So for me, it's not super big deal for some of this stuff, but figuring stuff out, who knows? But this is how we do it. We do it all together. We do it live. So for those of you who are just joining us, I'm Juicy Jones, and this is Juicy Jones HQ. This show's every Wednesday at 6 a.m. in the morning. We did it way late today. And Saturday mornings as well, I have an interview show called Vaping Dawn to Desk, and this is Vape AM. I'm Juicy Jones. Julie LeBlanc retired in Moonshot. Yeah, a lot of people did. Going to get rid of a little bit of garbage here. Okay. Let me just adjust that focus a little bit. Because reasons. We're about to start getting on it. So I'm just stretching and moving and stretching and moving. All right, and I am going to space these a tiny bit because fuck all that pinching and fucking around. Things just work better this way. Y'all trust me on that. Unless you're like an Instagram star trying to cram too many wraps in, you really don't need spaces. You really don't need to cram all your coils together. I may change my mind depending on how they fire though, so we'll see. And I'm going to start firing these at really low wattages, like 25. This is 35 watts. And I'm just pulsing that. One pulse, two pulse, baby, on, pulse. I'm going to get my grown-up size. Those coils look great. Yep, they look fine. I'm not going to fire them anymore. Okay, that's one thing I like about these Witofo coils is that they're actually well made. They actually work great. And also, what am I doing? Now I have to put some cotton in here. Okay, so let's do that. I'm just using up old cotton sitting on my desk. Now I think we're going to have to take away the little guide. I think. But we'll see. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to use this. I want to use Texas Tough, but I can't find any within arm's reach. It really works better in RTAs. Texas Tough is the go-to stuff in RTAs, in my opinion. Okay. Everything else is so fragile. Yeah, that's too much cotton, really. Okay. Another great thing about single coils is that you just don't need too much of it. I'm just trying to get the end here shaved down. Okay, so can I take this thing off? Nope, I don't need to. This is an ingenious little thing they've done here. That's clever. Yeah, that is clever. Look at that. Easy. Okay, cool. And I'm just going to use my normal method for... First of all, it's a little tight. I screwed it in there a little bit tightly. So that's going to be just a little bit much to get out. Watch me struggle. Papa, I screwed it in too tight, Daddy. Come on now. Really? This may require me just to rest a lot. Oh my God, TD Wester, thank you so much. TD Wester got a super chat. Shout out. You were the best. I need a separate thing just for that. Thank you so much, TD Wester. I appreciate it, Todd. And you guys may remember that he's the one who won the 1-year anniversary mod, which was absolutely beautiful. It was another version of this guy right here. Oops. And it looks better than mine, actually. And I realize that I'm having trouble with this because my hands are sweaty and this knurling is not very coarse. It's pretty tight. I would probably pick coarser knurling if it were me. I mean, it's for utility anyway. Thank you so much, TD Wester. I really appreciate it. You guys are so great. Ah, there we go. I got it loose. Wow. I really did that way too tight. Lee. Okay. That's cool, though. So now it's coming out. Deck and all. And so I just want to see what the bottom looks like so we can check it out and figure out how we're going to wick it. It's not going to take much. I'm taking that off. And this goes down there. This goes over the top. And this has large. I just want to look. So these come out. And that screws in. Okay, so this is going to be pretty minimal. Remember, guys, that the way capillary action works is that you just need the bare minimum to plug this hole. These are my nice Italian embroidery scissors, by the way. The purpose of cotton is the slowest thing on your tank. And the purpose of the cotton is to plug this hole. The purpose of the cotton is not to be a highway. I'm screwing this in pretty tighty here. It's not to be a highway to make this as fast as possible. Cotton is the slowest thing. And if you don't believe me, take all the cotton out of your tank and then vape on it and tell me if you don't have a problem with flooding. So I am just putting that right here, and I gave it a trim. Gave it a little bit of trim, and it didn't quite get all the way through. That was quite a bit of arm in there. And so what I want this to be is I want this to be a plug with all of the little pieces that are flailing out and stopping this e-liquid from going any further inside there. And in a second, we'll doctor this up. We'll clean it up. And there could be different methods. I'm just trying this for the first time. If my other thought is, and you guys can chime in too in the chat if you're here, my other thought is that I could do this like a, in fact, I may as well turn on the chat in case you guys are watching and hanging out. Ems is saying that she has the same problem if she over-tightens things. It's a pain. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim this to be pretty short, and then I'm going to make sure that it's clean as I can get it with my rotary scissors. Because one of the things we did was we made sure that all of the cotton was oriented correctly. Cotton has to be oriented correctly into its little strands so that it's allowing the physics of capillary action to work. Its magical anti-gravity formula. So, there we go. A little bit hairy. It's because I use this crappy cotton bacon. I know everyone loves cotton bacon, but I tell you it's not that great. Okay. But by all means, use any cotton you like, of course. Whatever works for you is the best cotton. Okay, so I've got that in there pretty good. I'm going to clean up this little mess I made. I've got strands in there. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? Oh, look what I forgot to do. So that method doesn't work. That method doesn't work because you have to put the glass on. Am I right? Or maybe it does. Look. See? Oh, that worked great. That was fine. But we forgot something. Juice. Okay, what do we want to vape? Sorry about the noise. Okay. Now for me, I want to vape something amazing that I love. That means Van Gogh vapes every time. And I have so many choices. I don't know what to do. I think it's going to be Faluda, Tiramisu, Flan. It's going to be... Do I have any cannoli? Van Gogh vapes is so delicious. Their stuff is really the greatest stuff. Their New York cheesecake is the best. I have the Faluda. I'll do Faluda. Faluda rose cardamom. It's so delicious. This stuff is so delicious. Hey, yes, it's great to see you. Here's what we forgot to do, what you must always do. We have to just prime this a little bit. So, I've got this thing stuck in here. We have it off the base now. I'm going to trim it up just a little tiny bit more, but not too much. You don't have to overdo it like I do, guys. It isn't necessary. And then we're going to prime this with some e-liquid. Oh, custard. Somebody said use one of the custards. Okay, what about one of the custards from Mountain Oak Vapors? Those are delicious too. I love those. Strawberry one's probably my favorite. Not a big fan of the blueberry or the vanilla one. No, I really want Faluda. Yep. Sorry. There we go. So now, all I'm going to do is prime that thing. Oh my God, this smells so good. It's rose and cardamom. It's a milkshake with rose and cardamom. Now, all I'm doing is priming that. There's maybe 5 drops. That's all you need. You don't need to put tons in there. Because my machine works. It's going to take that right to the coil. Because the coil's nice and dry, and there's all kinds of little air passages and channels inside there that are ready to receive more e-liquid. But if your confidence isn't that high, then by all means, wet the coil and do all that stuff. That's absolutely fine. That's no problem. All right, so I'm just using Screw Tech to screw this in. And I'm giving it a pretty tight screw because I like the barrel to be tight. And we're going to put some e-liquid in. I'll give you guys a tip, a tester tip. When you fill an RTA for the first time, only fill it to the place where the air pressure presses the most. So the air pressure here starts pressing over the top of those two juice intake holes. So I'm going to stop there. And this machine is fully functional. And then we're going to go up to the top. All of us together. Boom! All right, so I've still got this little guy going. I'm going to take a towel and just give her a quick wipe off. And let's talk. Let's get the chat back up. Let's hang out. We're going to vape this. I'm going to talk about the flavor. I'm going to see if it's good. All right. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's not a superlative looking tank. And this airflow adjustment ring on the bottom coming off reminds me in a bad way of the Tornado Nano, which I absolutely detested that freaking tank. For the exact same reason. It has one of these forever. Like that's never going back on again. And I'll never understand how these things come off and never go back on. Somebody can explain this to me mechanically. Like, what am I doing wrong here? Because there's definitely something that drives me out of my freaking mind. Okay, so I'm not going to get caught up on it, though. That drives me freaking bad. God, that drives me nuts. Did I lose an O-ring or something? Like, what happened, y'all? Yeah, it seems quite plain that an O-ring came off the bottom, but they didn't give us a replacement for that O-ring. Did they? Is it this one? Oh my God, this is irritating. That seems really small, but it might be. A lot of these on the bottom can be small. I'm going to try it. And that's not it. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's impossible to get O-rings out of these things. Michael LeBlit says there should be a small slot to line it up in. I just don't see that. There's only a groove. It looks like it's press fit. Oh, so annoying. Wow, Envii, you really failed this time. I hate that. That's one of my pet peeves is when the airflow control rings fail like this. Oh, that's so irritating. It's just free. No, it's just free floating. That free floating. That's so irritating. And I'm sure there is an O-ring missing. And what I'll do is I'll look around and I'll try to find some more and put some more O-rings in there and see what happens. But even so, I still can't explain why I can't make it fit. But anyway, let's vape on it, huh? Okay. I turned it off. Oopsie. I pressed the button too many times. Okay, 35 watts, a little bit low. This ohms out at 0.5. So I should be reducing the airflow. It's delicious. It's smooth. So far, it's good. I just need some kind of answer about why the O-ring or why the base is like this. Because I'm convinced that it's just kind of, maybe I dropped an O-ring or something. I love it. You guys are so great having your conversation among yourselves too. I love everybody who tunes in. Thanks for tuning in. This is Juicy Jones. You're tuned into Juicy Jones Orbital Vaping Headquarters, Juicy Jones HQ. And you can always find us on Twitter and Instagram to your heart's extent. Let's see. Instagram, right here on YouTube. We're there. And also on, did I already say Instagram? Let me just turn that on. Boom. That's it right there. Sorry, took me a minute. Okay, so I'm going to replace this O-ring. I found a little white O-ring over there laying in this towel that I was just using a second ago. So that's pretty cool. That could be it. If this is it. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to get O-rings out of anything, but it is a bitch. It makes you glad you have any kind of fingernail at all. But also, since I put a tinier, a too small O-ring in here, it's going to be even harder to get out. And I can easily use a screwdriver, a little mini screwdriver to get in here. Oh, I got it out. Cool. But it will absolutely break it. Okay, there we go. O-ring on. So I don't like the fact that if the O-ring is the only thing holding in there. That's lame. Okay, cool. Let's put this on a cooler mod. The Alpha Fox 9 tails. 9 tails for the Chinese legend. It has a little slidey door with watts. Okay, I'm going to put this O-ring back in there. And the Allen key. There we go. What am I at? 25.5 watts? 0.5? A little bit low. Yep, ramp up time's too slow. It is a triple core Alien. Even though it's 0.5, it isn't like it's a 26 or anything. But we're going gradually. So now we're at 50. Wow. That is good. I'm going back down to about 45 watts. 48. Wow. That is good. That's really good. It tastes good. It's a little bit loud. I don't think you guys can really tell that it's just a teeny bit loud. But it is just a teeny bit loud. Okay, I've got the hangout out. We can all hang out together. Huh, that was weird. Okay. All right, more. That's fantastic. That's really good. Look, it came off. I finally got it to come off. The little O-ring. I mean, the little drip tip. I can't remember the name of this, but that's fine. I mean, that's good and everything. You guys all know already that my favorite drip tips are Petri drip tips, and I can't find one right now without taking one off something else. But I'll do it anyway. Stick a Petri drip tip on there. Okay, we'll go back up to the top. That was pretty cool. Killer flavor. Super great flavor. That's really good. Let's fill it up. Oh, and look at that. That doesn't unscrew. That goes click and then comes off. So that tightens down like there. And then this device, you turn it about that far and it stops and just comes out. That's extra cool. It's a little bit tiny of a space to put your e-liquid drip tip in. Little bit restricted. But it's okay. Not a huge deal. Not the worst. Sorry, I can't do this on camera while it still stands up, but rest assured it's filling up. So now we're going to do the leak test, all of us together. We can now figure out if this thing's going to leak, because I just filled it up for the first time. I'm screwing down the lid. And now we're going to see if all the stuff flows out of this thing onto our hands. Not so far. Not so far. That is good. That is really good. I'm going to crank down the airflow, lower the wattage down to about 42 maybe. That's good. Is this my new favorite tank? I need to carry this for a little while. So far, that is real good single coil tank. It's got a good adjustable airflow and great flavor. And it just remains to be seen whether it leaks or has any kind of weird problems like that. Flavor is good. Yeah, really good. You guys are going to keep seeing this. I'm going to keep seeing it. I'm going to keep playing it. I'll review it later. We'll be here maybe half an hour, so now we can just hang out. Oh my God, there's James Reeves. James Reeves, oh my God, there you are. Dude, I saw your comment the other day. First of all, you told me you stopped vaping. And second of all, I'm so glad you got some Stifler's Mom. I think that's what you said you ordered. And third of all, it's great to hear from you. And fourth of all, you should come play some Star Wars with us. I know you play a lot of WoW, but I've been playing some Star Wars, The Old Republic. And it's cool. My friend Chris is playing too. Anyway, it's awesome. Oh, I'm sorry you missed the deck. And can I show it to you? James, this is like the moonshot. I can't show it to you. You'll have to go on the replay and check it out. Because it's not... It's one of those ones that's free floating inside the thing till you screw it in. And you just can't... It comes with a cool jig that you use to put inside the deck. Which is... You put the deck inside this. And then that lets you screw it into the base and dry fire it and wick it. And then you pull it out and screw the thing down. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I knew you were still playing WoW. I'm sure you are. Totally. But you should... if you do, just send me a text or something, and I'll tell you where to go. Our server's called The Harbinger. You remember that? But it's cool. And they gave out like free high-level characters or something anyway. So... it's one of those games that sucks unless you pay the $14.99 to go experience what it's like to be regular, you know. So anyway, looks like Paul gave up on tanks. Well, and the truth is, this one was, I guess it was pretty easy once I figured it out. I mean, you just stick the coils through and trim them and then screw it down into the thing and wrestle it through. So you really only have to make sure you have enough height. I magically got the height just right. I got the flavor on these triple core aliens is amazing. It's great. It's really delicious. By the way, I want to ask y'all, how does the sound sound? Because I'm doing the sound in a different way now, and it's just entirely different. It's working in an absolutely, completely different way than it used to. Because I just didn't think my sound sounded very good, and I still don't think it sounds great. So anyway, I love you. And I just want to shout out again to Double D's, Cliff Vales, and TD Wester, because I love all y'all. You guys all gave in the Super Chat system, and the Super Chat system is a way for you to donate to the channel through YouTube, and then any amount of money from $1 to a few cents or 5 or 10 or whatever you want gets donated directly to the channel. And I try to have the chat channel up, and if I see it, of course, I'm going to say something. So I'm through with that, right? I hate asking for money. Wow, I'm pretty surprised. Thanks again, by the way, to Heaven Gifts for sending this thing to review. I thought it was going to be kind of like another serpent type clone. But that flavor is amazing. Now I want to empty it and try every different flavor I've got. I should have gotten 4 or 5 of these. Unfortunately, I didn't. I mean, that's pretty good. I can take long 50-watt drags on this thing. I need to change the batteries in my mod. I think for now, we're just going to play Show Pony. And I think I'm just going to find different mods to screw it down onto. So we put it into... I'll put its own drip tip back on it, because why not? It's not like it's ugly. And let's see. This is... Oh, the batteries are dead. But this is the Aspire Zelos. which is a 22 millimeter 8 LiPo mod, 50 watt. Looks totally good on there. Where is my, oh, there it is. This is the Cuboid Mini by Joytech. Looks absolutely freaking great on there. And this is almost dead. Oh yeah, almost dead. That's got no juice. That looks totally great. This is the Little Ember by Dovepo. And this thing is super cool and itty bitty. Itty bitty tiny. It's a 50 watt device. We'll see if it works. These are available at Heaven Gifts, and they cost about, I don't know exactly, they cost a little over $40. Click the link in the description. I think that goes to it. I did put, finally think to put a link in there. They're about $43 at Heaven Gifts, so it's definitely not the super cheapest one. Oh, thanks, James. Man, that's good. I'm not sure if I'm wild about it on this thing. This is a little bit underpowered. The Ember is a little bit underpowered. It works best if you put like a 26 6-wrap in this thing and did it at 18 watts all day. That would be amazing. And we're going to do that. You watch that. Not right now, but we'll do it. Thanks, Cliff Bales. He says if he wins the lottery, he's going to hook me up. That'd be great. Okay, more mods. Okay, you know we have to put it in the Noisy Cricket too, right? Because that's how we roll around here. Absolutely mandatory. Looks totally great. And I need some batteries. Whee! And I'm going to make sure I'm in parallel mode. Okay. Yum. It's a little underpowered for this build that I put in here for parallel. Yeah. We're going to series regulated. 3 volts to start. That's all the way down on the Noisy Cricket too. I accidentally had it in bypass mode, so I'm going to hold down the button and put it in regulated mode, which is the red mode. There we go. And it's on 3 volts right now. That is so good. It can go up just a little bit. It's getting really hot. I don't like the drip tip. I never like other people's drip tips. I really only like the Aspire drip tips and my faithful Petrie 510s. In fact, James Reeves is here. James Reeves is the one who sent me my first Petrie drip tip, my first Petrie 510, and that's what sold me. I don't have my DAT money one anymore because I broke it. That is so good. Yeah, that's good. And we're going through the e-liquid, plowing through it together, but it's not too bad. It is only a single coil after all. The real question is, do I like this better than the Serpent RDTA? There's a question. And the Avocado 22 SE, which is the other great favorite of mine. They're the greats. Here's the Avocado with 38 watts. So satisfying and delicious. And here is the Serpent Mini 0.57. This thing only needs like 30 little watts, 35 maybe. Yeah. Yeah. And so, can this thing compete? Maybe. Maybe. It's not quite all that. But it's good. It gets really hot, unlike RDTAs. RDTAs don't get as hot. Okay, how cool is that? So, Kathleen, looks like you quit last August. No cigarettes, good for you. For all of you out there trying to quit smoking, contact us. We can help you figure out what kit to buy. I'd say buy the Aspire Zelos kit with the Nautilus 2. It's great. It's what I use to vape at work all day long. And in fact, I've got this little groovy 5,000 mile LiPo iPower, and the battery on this thing lasts days at 22 watts. Days. That's amazing. Yeah, and how great is it to see James? Love James. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to be comparing all these together. And of course the KOF. I don't know if you guys remember, but the KOF, to be quite honest, is kind of a dud in my opinion. It's got all the flaws that the first generation of avocado has, and it's got very good flavor, but not that good. Better flavor is on the on this guy. James Reeves, your Evic VTC Mini wore out. Yeah, we can talk about it. I have a lot of ideas. There's this guy. My favorite mod in the world is the Noisy Cricket 2, 22 or 24. But it's great. It's not good if you need to dial in 20 watts. It's not good for that at all. But it does have parallel mode, which is single battery bypass. That's good. This little tank is great. I can't wait to empty this and put some different juice in it. And that's why I want to thank Van Gogh Vapes. Y'all be sure to use the code JuicyJonesHQ if you go to Van Gogh Vapes and buy their delicious stuff, because that tells them that you have watched my broadcast. And that helps us, because they provide a lot of juice for me to review these tanks, and I just pour it in here and vape it and keep going. You know what I was going to say, James? You just missed him earlier. Battery Mooch was on the show, and we were talking about 2700s, and I've got the Captain on the way, so I'm going to get the Captain mod here in the mail pretty soon here, and that's what I'm excited about, is 2700 mods. And what my holy grail is an Evic type mod that has a single 2700, like a DNA 100 or DNA 120 that uses the 2700. It's so awesome. That's what I want. And Kathleen Hunter is just complaining about being out with smokers and having to smoke their cigarettes with them. And I totally agree. That's true. It's completely annoying to have to do that, I think. It smells bad. Yeah. I tell you, I was utterly disappointed in my cuboid LiPo with the ocular. I hate that thing. Yeah, the 2700 batteries are the future. That is it. Because everything is tooling for those. And I want to remind you guys that it's easy to forget that these 18650 batteries they were used for vaping as a convenience. No one went out and designed batteries for vaping and it was 18650. That's not what happened. They started making mechs out of what they had. They started making boxes out of what they had. We still use them. So I'm just cleaning off my drip tip. So Elon Musk has spent some time working on battery technology in the last 10 years, and he's been using 18650s in the Teslas, but they're converting everything to 2700s. He built a gigantic, world-changing 2700 battery factory in Nevada, and the Germans just announced another $3.5 billion factory that's a third the size of his, opening up in Germany to make 2700 batteries. So in your mind, remember, soon you're going to see a flood of 2700 mods and batteries, and a lot of them are going to be shitty. So watch Mooch and watch me, but I'm going to buy as many of them as I can, because 2700s are the way to go. And I don't want to buy any more 18650s because I understand the limits of that technology very well, and I don't like it. And if you haven't watched Nova, the search for the super battery, go and do that. It's on, search on YouTube and watch it there. James, a 2700 battery is this right here. Instead of 18650, it's 2700, and that's it. Where I don't have an 18650 on the desk. Yes, I do. They're just a tiny bit wider and a little bit longer. Not much, but they're amazing. And I'll give you an example. This battery got on the label says 30 amps, 3000 mAh, and that's true. And you can actually vape this up to 50 at peak. So pretty amazing. So everything's going to be 2700 pretty soon. Everything, pretty much. All right, so I'm putting this back on my cool Alpha Fox. Is the desk too messy to show? Yeah, a little bit. Walker. There we go. Putting it back on there. Yeah. And we're gonna have to put some new batteries in here. VTC 5s, VTC 5s, VTC 5s. I love them. Alpha Fox. 49. What do you think? Delicious. This coil is better hot. So it wasn't as good low. Yum. That's so good. That's a nice one. Yeah, my best lasting batteries are still the HomeTech Home Life batteries. And Homework batteries, rather. The Homework ones are the best. And those things still work, charge, retain. Like, they're still pretty amazing. And I believe what they said about the chemistry in those. Hey, Thor Cox, I have not had any experience with the Snow Wool 365. I do not know. I have seen it around. I'm going to try cranking this up and moving the airflow all the way open to emulate what some of y'all do. It's like 60, 70 watts. Big clouds, no flavor. Who wants that? Some people will like that though. And it's more than a Conqueror Mini. So bigger than a Conqueror Mini. Still pretty big. People that love the TIA V8 are not looking for this thing. But I'm going back down to 50. 49. That's so good. And it's pretty economical on the juice, to be honest. It's not doing badly. Owen, have a good night. You have a nice one. And in fact, it's almost time for us to go here too. We've been on for almost an hour here. Let me just take a look. Oh my God, we've been on for an hour and a half, so it's too late. Oh my God. How could we have been on for an hour and a half? Ain't no way. Oh, it's been an hour and 3 minutes. I have a psychic sense of these things. So let me just say, all of you are the best. I love all of you. Good night, Owen. Everyone have a nice one. This is Juicy Jones HQ. I'm Juicy Jones, Orbital Vaping Headquarters. On Vape AM, every Wednesday we have this show, normally at 6 a.m., but we did it at 8 p.m. today because we had to. And Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific time. We interview people and talk about quitting smoking. So thanks to everyone who tunes in. All of you have a nice one. If you like these videos, click the like button. Make sure you click on subscribe and click that little bell button to get updates about when we go live, which is twice a week. So all of you guys are great. I'm going to click the end button and let's vape out together. Thank you.